What's up, buddy? What's going on? Huh? Let's tell everybody about what they need to bring duck hunting, huh? Shall we? Shall we? Huh? Yeah. All right, welcome back for another one. Today we're going to be talking about the 5 things that every duck hunter needs to have when they go duck hunting. Now, there's actually 7 in this video, but I'll stick to 5. One of them is a good dog. I have Cora. If you guys haven't been staying up to date on the training videos, you probably should do that. She's coming along pretty good. I'll be filming another update here pretty soon, but she's getting pretty big. She's pretty lively. She's still very much a puppy, but yeah. Number 1 is a dog. You need to bring a dog with you if you have the opportunity. It makes life a lot easier because you're not having to walk out and get the ducks, but that one is definitely optional. So I've got my decoy sled here, and decoy sled is actually the real number 1. So let's just go ahead and dive on in here. If you guys are not subscribed, make sure to hit that subscribe button, and make sure to drop me a like on this video. Let's see if we can get it up to 500 likes. All right, so like I said, number 1 is a decoy sled. This is actually something that I used for the first time last year, and it made a huge difference. It's definitely kind of a more expensive purchase to make, but it's definitely worth every single penny you spend on it, because you're able to fill this thing up with all of your gear and wrap this around your body and just walk to where you're going. These things are great on water, they'll float, and they're also great on snow and ice, and if it's dry ground or kind of sticky mud, you might have a little bit of drag going on, but it's usually not too bad unless the mud's really sticky. So yeah, number 1 is a decoy sled. If you don't have one, you need to get yourself one. I like this one because it's got a cover that goes over top of it, so I'm able to cinch this down and really pile stuff in there, and stuff doesn't really fall out. So sounds like the cicadas are starting to make their noise today, so sorry about that. Can't really help it. I can't film this one inside because I can't do this with all the mud and stuff inside. So moving on, you need a good pair of optics. Now this is pretty low on the list. You can get by without a good pair of optics, but it definitely helps out quite a bit. So these ones are Vortex 10x42s. They do a great job for what I need. They're perfect for looking for birds when you're scouting and getting an idea of what's going on around you when you're out and about trying to find the next place to hunt. You don't need to bring these with you when you're hunting, but they are perfect for riding in the truck or walking out to a spot to see what all is happening out there. Up next, a good pair of decoy gloves. Now decoy gloves, these are just PVC gloves. They got a little bit of insulation in them. These things have been a lifesaver in the past. So when it's cold outside, picking up decoys really kind of sucks because your hands will get really cold. But if you got a good pair of decoy gloves, they're 100% waterproof. Your hands will stay dry. You might lose a little bit of dexterity. You won't be able to do fine things like unhooking a decoy from a rig, but yeah, these things are great. I use them for paddling in my kayak so my hands don't get cold and wet. They keep my hands warm. If I'm just freezing to death, I can put these on, they'll keep me warm. But I use these all the time, breaking ice, picking up decoys, and things of that nature. So I highly recommend picking up a good pair of decoy gloves. Now this list, it doesn't really have anything that's super high priority. You know, everything's important, so I can't really say number 1 is the most important. But moving on, this one is something that I've made do without for a very, very, very long time. And after I made an upgrade to a real jacket made for duck hunting, my life was changed. So invest some money in a good hunting jacket. This one's a Sitka duck oven. This is by far my favorite that I've ever worn, but there's tons of great options out there. Make sure you get one that fits you well and it's nice and warm. This one's windproof, not waterproof. I don't really need waterproof jackets very often, so I make do with this guy right here. So I highly encourage you guys, pick up a really nice jacket. You will not regret it. Those days when it's really cold outside, having a great jacket makes it to where you can stay out and hunt longer and have a better time while you're out there. Up next is a piece of gear that I actually got this past season and used it for the first time along with the sled. and that is a Marsh Stool. I can't believe I made it so long without using a Marsh Stool and without using a sled. These two pieces of gear this past season made a world of difference for me. So I like using these Marsh Stools because you're able to get tucked up in some reeds and sit in a marsh or whatever you're doing, maybe sometimes in an A-frame blind, but you're able to just stick this end in the mud and you've got a chair to sit on. They work great. This one's got a shoulder strap, so I'm able to carry it in. Sometimes I strap it to my backpack and carry it in that way. But these things, for the money that they cost, they're worth every penny that you spend on it. So this one is actually a Rogers Marsh Stool, and it's done great. It's no broken pieces. Everything works great on it. You can fold it down flat and put it in the bottom of your sled, and you can pull it out whenever you need it. So great piece of equipment to take with you when you're hunting. And finally, the last piece that I figured every duck hunter should have. That's the premise of this video. It's equipment that I've learned about and used throughout seasons past, and I've tried to kind of compile everything that every duck hunter needs, like accessories, extra gear. You know, everybody's gonna have their gun, their decoys, their blind bag. That's the essentials. But these are like items that you don't necessarily absolutely need, but it makes your life a heck of a lot easier if you have them. And that last piece here that we're going to talk about is a motion system for water motion. Now there's tons of different options out there. You got regular jerk rigs, you got the motion duck spreader that I'm going to talk about here, you got electronic decoys that add motion to the water. You need to have motion in your water regardless. So it makes it to where if you don't have any wind on a day that you're hunting, your spread still looks lively, and it'll help those finicky birds to really commit a lot better. So having motion is definitely key when you're hunting. So this one is the motion duck spreader, and got a little anchor on here and a bungee, and I've got the ultimate spreader, but this one here, the ultimate spreader is two regular spreaders that hook together. I'm going to take the anchor off of this real quick, but I used this last year for the first time, and guys, it is freaking sweet. I'll throw some clips up on the screen so you guys can kind of see what this motion duck spreader does. But this one holds 4 decoys. You just pop all the pieces into the slots here, and then all of your decoys are spread out. Oops. All of your decoys are spread out into a T pattern. And what this does is you've got a string that you pull, and that anchor holds the spreader in place, but it's got a bungee on it, so it's going to stretch. So your decoys are going back and forth and back and forth. And you guys can probably see in the video how much realistic motion this puts in there. It is like a game changer. I never did a hunt last year where I only used the spreader, so I'm going to put that on the list for this year. But if you guys want to check this out, there's actually a link in the description. Go over to motionducks.com/outdoorlimits. You get a special deal there, but if you want to order anything off the website, use the code OutdoorLimits. That'll save you 10%. So that is a key piece of equipment for any duck hunter. So that is the rundown of all of the important things that duck hunters need. Now, like I said, you don't need to have all of these things to be a successful duck hunter. I hunted a long time ago with a dozen decoys, a gun and a bag, a pair of waders, and I got the job done. So, you know, this is stuff that I've accumulated over the years, and I found to be key pieces of equipment that I use now, and I can't imagine hunting without it anymore. So I'm really excited about this one over here. She's gonna be a fiery little thing. I'm excited. I can't wait to see her hunt. We're gonna be working hard to get her ready by September, but she'll be for sure hunting in October, so I'm super pumped about that. But if I had to pick one piece of equipment, or we'll say two, if I had to pick 2 pieces of equipment that I think everybody needs, it would be a Marsh Stool and a sled. Those 2 pieces I picked up last year, and I found them to be the most useful things that I used the most throughout the season, other than like the jacket and stuff. That kind of, I don't know. Like I said, I like all of these things. So if I missed anything that you guys think are essential pieces of equipment that every duck hunter should have, drop it down in the comments below. But that's it for today. Make sure to leave me a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and I'll catch you on the next one.